home, and God bless you, I'm not there, I don't care. But you cannot tell me that nobody that has ever acted out a rape fantasy in their sex life hasn't actually thought about what that would be like to do in real life. Every other thing we tell people, if you watch it, you consume it, you hear it, you'll end up becoming this. When it comes to this, all of a sudden, the mind becomes a safe. You cannot penetrate that, and there's no ill will that's coming down the road over what you're thinking about. Why would this be the one thing that's true of? Text the studio at 330-450-7625. Rock the bank at 10 a.m. Grab another $1,000 keyword. Speaking of thousands of dollars, Monday I'll have one more 4-pack for Sonic Temple. 4 wristbands for all 4 days. Valued. What? That's not a word. Valued at close to $1,000. And we'll get you hooked up Monday on the program. And actually, I want to get back into the money conversation here a little bit. I have always said it's not the message, it's the messenger. We don't care about what gets done, we care about who did it. We don't care what got said, we care who said it. Susie Orman or Dave Ramsey. A little older, they got the gray hair, and they tell young people, stop buying coffee on your way into work, stop doing all fear. But what they say is true. And I think I have proof. Because a young TikToker is saying some of the very same things. And her replies are all, yes, sis, thanks for the hack, sis. But she's saying all the same things Susie Orman says and Dave Ramsey tells you to do. These are her money hacks, apparently, that she does. I bring every snack, drink, breakfast, and lunch from home every day when I go to work. I work in a downtown, which is about as expensive as you can get, and it saves me roughly $400 a month. They're clapping for her while calling Dave Ramsey a boomer. Nobody cares about it. It's not what they say. You're looking to be ageist against somebody older than you. Just admit it. Just admit that. Because that's what it is. Eating food from home and doing that, we all know that that's the way to save a little bit of money. We all know it's going to be more economical. Yes, the grocery store can be expensive these days. I'm not denying that. But you're buying that food anyway, so buying something else on top of it, how's that going to help you save money? I don't believe that will. This woman says she's going so far to cut her own hair. She said she started doing it during the pandemic because remember going to see your hairstylist meant you were gonna die and you hated grandmas. And like ended up like, no, we would have been fine going to the hair salon. Apparently we would have been fine on that. Don't look up what AstraZeneca had to say the other day about the COVID vaccine either. Don't that came out about 3 days ago and it was like, memory hole that one, dude. Don't let them know that. The blood clot thing is real. The headache thing is real. This was real. Yeah, whatever you do, don't be reading that. But this woman was talking about how she started cutting her own hair during the pandemic, started saving herself a lot of money doing it, and so she continues. I knew guys I grew up with that could cut their own hair. I had gotten into this a little bit, buying wall clippers at, at the store and all of that, and we got into it in high school to start saving ourselves a little bit of money because you cared about getting your hair cut every week. My buddy Nick became the guy in the neighborhood to go see. As a matter of fact, some of my friends still, I believe, go see him. I enjoy, as a matter of fact, I just got my hair cut yesterday, and I enjoy the process of where I go. I like Staffels on Fulton. I get treated well there. I feel like the price is good there, and it's a barber shop. It's dudes in there watching sports, talking trash, busting balls, and you can say what you want in there. You don't got to look over your shoulder. Occasionally there's a kid in there, so it's like, all right, clean it up a little, and that's fair. But normally the crowd isn't like, well, I better not say this, otherwise I'm not going to be allowed to come get my haircut here anymore. That's just not part of it, and I kind of like that experience. I was in there yesterday. We're all talking about everything that's going on in the world, busting balls and that kind of stuff. I'll take that. So I don't necessarily, I think a man could get away with cutting their own hair a little easier than women. You screw that up, man, and it's going to be like, woof, right? That's going to be a huge problem. Hey, look at this one. This year, I also stopped getting coffee and drinks outside the house, too. It saves me about $125 to $150 a month, this person says. Yeah, sis. Own. Thanks for the hack. Yeah, sis. Slay. Queen. Susie Orman is a boomer who's out of touch with the younger society. Dave Ramsey is an idiot boomer who's out of touch. Yet when you hear somebody your age tell you, man, is it facts, 100 facts. Church, no cap. like this is. I mean, like, what's the difference? They're saying the same exact things. As a matter of fact, she goes on to say, giving up alcohol. I quit last year after going through my budget at the end of 2022 and realizing the amount I spent on booze. I still go out with my friends, she says, but I drink club sodas now. Normally, bartenders don't even charge you for one, or they're least willing to give you a free refill. And yeah, as a former bartender, I probably would have done that for you. I went from spending $500 plus a month on alcohol, that's actually not that much if you drink a lot, but it's still more than enough, to maybe $30 now a month on flavored seltzers. This would not be the alcoholic seltzers, obviously. Huge, huge win, and I am better off not only financially, but also mentally and physically. That's true. Now, one of the reasons I brought this up is as a person who, and again, I don't necessarily have to penny pinch, I just feel like it's kind of smart to do it occasionally where I can. And I try not to eat that much bread because I get fat looking at food. But she also says she bought a bread machine from Goodwill. Now, I think you could probably buy a new one or whatever, but okay. But she said she paid $15 from that, or for that rather, and claims that they were buying bread at $3 a loaf. I would be bad at this. I don't know what I paid for the last loaf of bread I bought. Again, I don't buy it very often for my house. But making our own bread now costs us pennies. And like the bread making machines are pretty easy, right? It's kind of throw the ingredients in, press the button, wait the couple of hours or whatever it is, and there you get bread. Is it like, do you guys know? Like, I'm literally asking, is that a thing? Like, am I going to be able to save that much money doing that? The text line is 330-450-7625. Also on your socials at The Stansbury Show. Switching to old school razors instead of the plastic ones. She says they shave fantastically, they last a little longer. She's saving money like that. So again, all of these things are exactly what the boomers tell you about saving your money. But the boomers bought their houses for $25 and sold our future out from underneath us, so I can't listen to anything they say when the 19-year-old tells me it's facts, son.
I need to get out and party. Woo! You know where you are? You're in the jungle, baby.
If you rob a store, you can fully expect to be shot.
Pay for that.
You can't do stupid stuff.
I am sober and rarely drink alcohol.
You need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend.
It's bullshit. I'm sorry. I apologize for the language. I don't, but I do.
And everybody help me see the sprayer safe.
2 security guards framed me for masturbating in the restroom. Something I did not do. Oh, buddy, stop lying. We all know you did it.
Oh, what now?
Melinda Brown Duckett, baby. Homosexuals, then by all means, take a hike.
As long as I have the queer community that sees me for my truth, I'm going to be okay.
You smell amazing. How old are you?
I'll leave you alone. I swear.
I said I like women.
We didn't have tornadoes here until we started putting into traffic circles.
Speed demons are a tyranny that's plaguing streets of our city.
Because on the counter, you want to know why? That when people go round and round in circles, it causes disturbance in the atmosphere. It causes tornadoes.
We need more cops to stop those speed demons.
They're making laws where you can't drink when you want to. You have to wear a seatbelt when you're driving. Pretty soon we're going to be calling this country.
Unbelievably stupid.
Pull people to death right now!
I might not be in the mood to deal with slight shenanigans that day. That's all I'm saying.
Well, have a lot of people have it. You have to have it for your heart, for your soul.
We need to go back to like taking women out of the workforce.
Surround yourself with smart, talented people. You ain't seen nothing, my friend, until you have a flame coming out of your butthole, and you need an asbestos diaper to be able to keep that flame from burning a hole in your pants.
My wife had my weed in her purse, and the mother cop took it. It was only like 4 grams, but it was really good weed.
Yeah, man, you're just an unlucky dude.
Don't hate on prostitution, because guess what? It's been going on for 4 humans, man, and you don't even know about it.
I quit this bitch.
On the big station. Rock 1069.
Bye!
We need to put women back in the kitchen.
Have a great Friday, you motherfucker!
Welcome back to the Stansbury Show on Rock 1069, online at WRQK.com. Rock 1069 rocks the bank with you all day today. Teresa has that second keyword at 10 a.m. Stick around, check her out, and grab that off of her. You and I got through a little bit today. Talked French fries on the program early this morning, top 5 list there. We kind of did that. Why not Friday? Feed up a little bit. Also, Deshaun Watson. Mary Kay Cabot says, look, just because they paid him the $230 doesn't mean they're going to play him all year. If he does not look good, get ready to see a heavy dose of Jameis Winston, and I think she's right about it. I don't think that's a Browns thing. I think it's a sports thing. As it used to be, dude, GMs felt like, dude, I took the guy, and if I sit him, if I don't play him, it looks like I made a mistake, and I can't have that, so we'll just keep playing him, which I think looks like a bigger mistake. And these days, these new GMs are like, all right, man, made a mistake, screw it, right? And get, and just kind of reload there. And I think that will happen. I think you got Myles Garrett sitting there going, dude, you're not going to Joe Thomas me. You need to get me in big games. And so I think they're going to be looking at it like, if there's a way to win games, and just because we played Sean doesn't mean that we're going to ride it out with him. People think she's fake news. She was one of the first people to tell you that Baker and Kevin Stefanski did not get along. Her and I both, as a matter of fact, were very early on that. And people said she's making it stuff up because the Browns media is the worst media in all the NFL. That's what the Dallas fans think about their media. That's what the Seattle fans think about their media. That's what the Cincinnati fans think about. It's literally everywhere. And you know why? Because most of the time what the media is doing is going, dude, these guys you idolize, they're not so great. Look at this, and this is happening, and they're lying about this. That's their job. Their job is not to cheerlead. That's what fans are for. Journalists are for a completely different thing. They are the checks and balances of those dudes. That's the way it's supposed to be. And so I think she's dead right about this. I think if he suffers this year, they will sit him, especially after what they saw out of Joe Flacco. We also talked a little time is money this morning on the program. Pick up the podcast shortly, that at WRQK.com. Aside from that, I am done for the day. Will not be back live until Monday. Stay safe out there. Be good to one another. And do, in fact, meet me here Monday morning at 6 a.m. for another week of the Stansbury Show. And Monday, I also have another set, not a 4-pack as a matter of fact, of Sonic Temple tickets. We'll get you hooked up Monday. Have a great weekend.
Is that your new Lexus RX?
RX plug-in hybrid.
So it runs all electric?
Yeah, for short trips. And can switch to gas for long.
Wow. What does your range anxiety therapist say?
Dr. Feeney?
Uh-huh.
He says my RX cured me.
No more range anxiety therapy?
Nope.
Well, you're an inspiration to us all.
The best-selling Lexus RX lineup. Now with a plug-in hybrid. Click the banner to discover more. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
But if you've stolen from a position before, especially cash, and I'm putting you in charge of cash, then I understand not wanting to hire workers. Well, Stansbury, come on, what's the big deal? Everything's on tape. We're going to be able to tell. Yep, you can. And watch now as I defend the corporation and everybody goes, oh my God, lick the bit. But do you know what it costs to train a new employee? A lot. It costs a lot of money to get somebody up on your system. That's why servers can get hired as a server very easy, because you've done it before. And so it's like our POS system, the Diet Coke's over here versus the right side of the screen. But you know how to do this. That's why I do. A server can yell at customers, get fired, and get another serving job tomorrow because you know how to do it. I don't have to spend time training you how to get the food to the table. Yes, that's short for. Yes, I have to teach you a little bit of that, but you know how to do the job itself. Therefore, I don't have to spend a lot of time training you to do it. Training employees is expensive. Absolutely expensive. That's why this industry, a lot of times, man, you'll be like, dude, that guy got hired there. He's been hired there. Guy gets hired every time because he knows what he's doing already. And so I think that's part of why that happens. But if you're turning away certain applicants at a lower rate than others having failed the same background checks, then yeah, that might be a little bit of a problem for you.
We would have them drug tested, but why waste the money? The Stansbury Show on Rock 106.9.
Welcome back to the program. Another opportunity to rock the bank habits at 10 with Teresa. We were talking about employee theft, and it's the Sheets lawsuit got us into it. And I was talking about how if you given the opportunity, a lot of people will steal from their position. And they don't even consider it stealing a lot of times. Kiora is telling me, given the opportunity and likelihood they will not get caught, roughly 30% of Americans will steal from their workplace. If the worker has a perceived grievance, against his boss and or corporation, that number gets closer to 50%. And again, like I don't view this as stealing, although I bet the company would. I still like to write my rundowns on paper. I don't, like a lot of guys will type them on the computer, email it to themselves and this and that. I send myself the emails of stuff I want to talk about, but I keep a rundown written on paper. I just like it. I'm a little old school. And so we have legal pads here. I take those from you versus buying those at the store. And I do. Now they're provided for people to use for work purposes. And it's not like I'm, drawing comic books on them and selling them. I'm using them for work. But technically I could probably buy my own, right? I have taken cases of water from here home. I shouldn't, but I have done that in the past. I no longer need to, as I have a water system in my house now. Absolutely love that. So I don't buy a lot of bottled water at home anymore. Or as a matter of fact, I don't buy it at all. Now this, we have another number here. Where am I getting this from? Zippia, I believe this is. After extensive research, the research team concluded that 75% of employees admit to stealing from their employer at least once. Employee theft costs employers up to $50 billion annually. Approximately 95% of U.S. businesses are affected by employee theft. Yeah, of course. I'm going to guess it's 100%. Now, some businesses, I guess it's just you and your family working. You're probably not going to steal from that. Although family members treat family members like garbage, that can be a thing. Once you start talking about time, everybody steals then. Like, I've pushed back against this one. I should get compensated for my drive time into work. I mean, I work 9 to 5 and I'm driving at 8:30 and I'm stuck in traffic. You should pay me. Cool. Drop off your phone at the front desk at work when you walk in there every day. And what you don't ever do, don't take 1 second to yourself. Don't call home. Don't check in with anybody. Don't online shop. Don't watch March Madness. Don't do this. Don't talk about this. Don't talk at the water cooler. Work, 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 work. No? Then you're not getting paid for your drive time. Shut up. I mean, seriously, that is that argument. If we followed the average worker around and calculated the time wasted throughout the day. Now, I know what people are going to say. Well, if you can waste that much time and everything gets done, that's all the more reason I should only have to work a couple of days a week, boss. No. No. Imagine the productivity if we all worked our hardest every minute. Imagine the benefit the employer gets there. Now, not enough companies have shown you that when they get that benefit, that it would trickle down to you, and I would grant you there's where I'll meet you on your argument. But I know it's true here. I work alone in this building most of the day. And then when I'm done, that's when everybody's getting into the building. And so I'm like a truck driver coming off the road. Haven't seen anybody in 6 days. So here you go, gas station employee. You're here in every story I've got since Oklahoma, right? And so then I go into the back, and I start talking to salespeople, and I distract them, and we talk about the weekend, and we talk about the Cavs, game 1, we got game 2 tonight. That's a half hour, 40 minutes of their day I take every day. Imagine what could get done in those 40 minutes. When you start talking about time you take from your employee, we're all thieves. Every last one of us. I should get paid for my drive time. Cool. Don't use Facebook, don't use Reddit, don't use X, don't use Instagram, don't use Snap, don't use TikTok. Not 1 second while you're at work. Not one. You want it that strict? You don't. You absolutely do not want it that strict. Now, some of you are working jobs that strict. It's not everyone. As a matter of fact, most times, it's not even most jobs anymore. Look at how much content gets pushed out every single day by people while they're at their place of employment. All the while telling you how unfair the working structure in America is. Ask any business owner, they'll tell you, like, dude, this is a mess, what I have to allow now. This is a mess. Like, even just demanding people be punctual now makes me awful. They're kind of right. Every year we do the study. of how much money was wasted in inactivity due to March Madness, Super Bowl Monday. Nobody works the Monday after Super Bowl. Everybody goes to the office, and absolutely nobody does any damn thing, which is why everybody argues just move it to Saturday night already, which they should. They're dominating every other week. Saturday night too, NFL. What the hell are we doing here? Give everybody Sunday a day to unwind and relax from that. But once you start talking stealing time for your employee, we're all just, honestly, common thieves.
He's a bad influence. But nobody is stupid enough to take him seriously. The Stansberry Show on Rock 1069.
Welcome back to the program. Another opportunity for you to rock the bank. 10 a.m. Another $1,000 keyword up for grabs. Teresa will give you that. All right, I have here an interesting story about ex-adult film